Oh, such a persistent one. Oh, God. I'm filing this as a soliloquy because the shark systems have ignored every other format I've tried. So here it goes again. I'm filing this as a soliloquy because the shark systems have ignored every other format I tried. From birth, they handed me the script for how to escape the deep. Swim hard, stay in school, be polite, don't bite other fish, be resilient, be exceptional. I did all of that and then some. I became the kind of statistically rare, multi-field, two-spirit indigenous polymath they like to put on glossy brochures and inclusion decks. And still, here I am, homeless, in rotations, criminalized for survival, dragged through tribunals, and now asked to itemize my life for the shark tribute, as if the tank didn't spend 40 years strip mining it. This is why the whole divine ledger exists, because all the normal channels collapsed under the weight of its own lies. Now, in this work, I mapped what the shark nation keeps pretending not to see. That we are not living in some fresh, innocent order, but in a collage of old ones running on the same ancient megalodon operating system. Okay, shark hierarchies, nepotism, marriage as reef transfer, forced conversion dressed up as civilization. From the Babylonian reef to Roman reefs, from churches to commonwealths, from Pocahontas to my own genealogy, it's the same mechanism every time. Find the rare one, the hybrid one, the inconvenient one, and turn them into a bridge you can walk on. Call it reconciliation, call it progress, call it fiscal responsibility. The function is identical. Extraction with a smile. Now, my lineage is not a costume. The records show saints, princes, blah, 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 emperors, colonizers, and indigenous lines braided into one person who was born literally strangled at an eclipse, check the calendar, and came back breathing anyway. My charts, numbers, palms, ancestry, and work records aren't vanity projects. They are proof that I am the opposite of disposable. When a shark system starves someone like that, it's not just being unfair. It is documenting that obedience and compliance matter more than genius, stewardship, and truth. That is why this belongs in my little shark file. Now, I have laid out how modern power actually moves. Not through votes, but through families, boards, trusts, orders, foundations, and marriage networks that look suspiciously like feudalism. Now, I called them modern Guccians because the behavior is the same. Move in when people are weak, claim the surplus, write a holy story around it, and treat dissent as hearsay or instability. Now they call it stability, confidence, the common good. I call it a choke point extraction regime. The paper rules say one thing, their behavior says another. On paper, I am equal. In practice, I am a case study in how quickly rights evaporate when someone refuses to kneel. And any system that only functions for the obedient is not a system of justice. It is a loyalty test with better marketing. Now, when the Shark Revenue Office treats someone like me as a problem to be flagged rather than an asset to be protected, it is telling on itself, okay? It does not measure contribution. It measures conformity. Hi. Wow, look, a monoculture. Oh, look, another one. Oh, hi, Cain. My We Are the World work, the divine ledger, the genealogies, the numerology, the astrology, the evidence tables, blah, 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 blah. All of it does the same job that the sharks ministers refuse to do. I am tracing the mechanisms of harm, the transfer of wealth from the vulnerable to the comfortably violent, the way collapsed empires now wear polite logos while they drain land, water, culture, and people into desert. I'm showing that the same mindset that turned rainforests into dust and oceans into dumps has also treated my life, my labor, and my genius as the same garbage. Yet they extract from it like it's gold. Who's the god of waste again? Can someone tell me? Now, they asked me for numbers. I answered with numbers, risk ratios, compounded losses, a 1.26 million % systemic risk profile that no serious analyst can hand wave as metaphor. Now, they asked me for identity. I answered with ancestry, diagnoses, degrees, case files, and receipts. They asked me for proof that I am real. I handed them more documentation than most people on the shark's own pedestals could produce about themselves. Oh my god. Aww. The only thing they have not asked, and clearly do not want to ask, is what does it say about this tank that someone like this is disposable? So here it is for the record. I'm not attaching the soliloquy to my tribute calculations because I enjoy drama. I am attaching it because the shark systems have made it clear without a manifesto, I'm just another file to be quickly bled. This is the only way to make the gap between what I have given and what I have been given back impossible to ignore. This is the only way to show that the supposedly neutral collectors have become instruments of colonial valuation, punishing differences while pretending to count. One. I am not simply handing over a payment. I am logging damages. You owe me a refund, and I'm showing you what it cost me. I am recording the cost of a world that would rather eat its rarest children than admit its foundations are rotten. I am showing that if they continue to starve me, after all I've mapped, proved, and survived, the loss is not just mine, it is a measurable loss of social, cultural, spiritual, economic wealth for everyone trapped in this aquarium. Now, they can call this excessive. They can roll their eyes at charts and stars and numbers that make them uncomfortable. What they cannot do, in good faith, is pretend they were not told, and they certainly cannot gaslight math. I have done the work they demanded and the work they were too cowardly to do themselves. I am filing this under protest, under oath, and under ancestral supervision. If they insist on taking my tribute, they will also carry the record that they chose obedience over brilliance, extraction over reciprocity, and denial over reform. Fully informed in